Urban Legend Will Evans, welcome to the live stream. If you can hear me, just drop a 1 in the chat for me. I want to make sure that we got everything that we possibly can lined up for this stream. This is extremely interesting information that I just uncovered today, so I wanted to bring it to the platform. Kamala Harris and her Diddy connection. I thought you guys will really enjoy this content, enjoy this information. So if you end the live stream early, please hit the like button for me. This is one of those streams I think that they're going to try to suppress as much as possible, because when I went to look for this information on multiple platforms, I couldn't find it. A lot of it was scrubbed from the internet. Even if I search some of this stuff that I have to present to you guys today, when I searched it on my phone, I couldn't find it. But when I search it on a computer, I can find it. So it's crazy. Early in the chat, somebody said, don't clickbait and I'll like and share. How about I ban you and never let you see anything anyway, bro? Your like and share don't mean nothing over here. We've been doing this for a long time, bro. You're banned. So we're going to get it started early, man. I want to show you guys every article, every video. I felt like seeing all these celebrities come out and endorse Kamala, which I don't care who you're voting for personally. That's your personal business. It's your vote. Vote for who you want to. It's election day. But just seeing all the celebrities come out and endorse Kamala, I'm like, yo, why? I don't know Beyonce to get out of bed for nothing. You know, like, especially not for Kamala. She just became the candidate like a couple months ago. I don't think she has the pull to just get Beyonce out of bed. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I'm not of the mindset of everybody is evil in Hollywood, but I know that it does exist. I don't think Beyonce is evil. I think she's probably protecting her best interests. Not that she was involved in the Diddy stuff, but maybe somebody around her is. Anyways, I want to get this started. Rules of the room, man. Before we get started, before I start showing you guys this information, I got about maybe five to 10 articles, some other stuff, some videos that we're going to show you guys. Before we get started, I think it's imperative that we pray before we do anything. So I'm going to do that. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you humbly, God. We come before you gratefully, asking that you lead us into the way you want us to go, that you let your will be done on this election day, God. Whoever is the presidential candidate that's supposed to be in office, we ask that you let that person be in office, God. We know that your will is greater than ours and your ways are above ours, God. We thank you for all the people in the chat, God. I ask that you bless the minds, the hearts, and the souls of the people out there, their children, their families, their loved ones, God. God, I ask that you cover them with your precious blood. In Jesus' name, amen. Let's get to this, bro. Hit the like button if you're just coming in. I think they might try to suppress this type of live stream, especially on election day, because they don't want this type of information coming out. Now, we know that Kamala has been calling every celebrity since she's been chosen to be the candidate in the Democratic seat. And Trump has done the same thing. He's called 50 Cent. He's been, said to have offered 50 Cent $3 million. Kamala is specifically going towards the black community. If you guys remember this, check this out. Dr. Umar Johnson, who's a figure in the black community, said that he turned down $15,000 for Kamala. He was offered the opportunity to interview Kamala for $15,000, and he turned it down. And this is what he had to say about it. I want to start with this and show you guys what he said. Check this out right here.
And did remember I got invited to do the interview with her. They wanted to pay me $15K for Kamala Harris a couple months ago.
I'm gonna turn the volume up for you
some
guys.
people were saying, well, did he make that up? I didn't make it up. They text me and said
This is one of those videos that was actually suppressed on the internet. If you search it, you're not gonna be able to find it, but I found it through my web browser and not through, I can't find it through my phone, searching the exact URL on my phone. It's crazy. So check this out. This is important.
And then remember, I got invited to do the interview with her. They wanted to pay me $15K for Kamala Harris a couple months ago. So remember, some people were saying, well, did he make that up? I didn't make it up. They text me and said we wanted to pay, and they was after me for a while. And I said, listen, it got to be live. They wanted an interview, but I wanted it live. You're not going to pre-record it and splice it, because I know how y'all crackers move. So I said, live interview, straight to the people. I don't want your money. I ain't for sale. I think they wanted to test to see if I was a money-hungry Negro. And I said, nah, let's do it. And they never called me back because they wasn't going to let her answer my questions live because she wouldn't have any answers. And I'm going to tell you this. This is what black people are not paying attention to. If Kamala Harris wins, we really going to catch hell. You know why? She going to make us pay for everybody who exposed the fact that she was never black. Do you feel me? She has a grudge and an axe to grind. Black people ain't getting shit if Kamala Harris get elected. You weren't going to get it anyway. Stay with me. Yeah. But it was a neutral neglect. You feel me? That would have been a benign, thank you. It would have been a benign neglect. Now it's a spiteful neglect. I'm going to get you ninjas back for exposing the fact that I was never black. Black people ain't going to get nothing. And then
so Dr. Umar kind of revealed back then that Kamala was offering certain platforms money to do interviews with her. Now, this is a list of celebrities that Forbes actually shared that have endorsed Kamala. And we getting to this. We getting straight to this one, man. And I'll show you guys the updates on Diddy. There was a crazy video that came out of Diddy inviting a 12-year-old to a after party or something. It was crazy. This is a list of celebrities that have come out and endorsed Kamala Harris over the last couple months. So you got Taylor Swift, Rihanna, J-Lo, Madonna, Cardi B, Don Omar, Gracie Abrams, Demi Lovato, Bad Bunny, Eminem, Willie Nelson, Britney Spears, or excuse me, not Britney Spears, Britney Spencer, Lizzo, Usher, Olivia Rodrigo, John Legend, Cardi B, Kesha, Billie Eilish, Beyonce, obviously, Kelly Rowland, Jessica Alba, Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah, Will Ferrell, George Clooney, a lot of Hollywood people, right? A lot of big names. And I thought that was interesting because I don't think every one of these celebrities would risk their careers for the sake of endorsing Kamala Harris. Because politics is divisive. Politics is extremely divisive. No matter who you vote for, I just think I don't believe in identifying as a political party. Like, my personality is not going to be based on my political ideologies necessarily. And I don't look at these people like Kamala Harris or Trump as, oh my God, they're going to save my life. They're nothing to be worshiped. They're not saviors. They trying to get in a position for their own agendas. Everybody got an agenda. And nobody's going to convince me that there's nothing else there. Now, it was some other stuff that was previously reported that I was able to find the reports. These have been scrubbed from the internet, and I was able to dig them up. Look at this right here, man. Let me see if I can find the video. Is this the video? Give me a second. I want to make sure that when I pull this up, it plays the video. If not, I'm going to go to directly to the video and show you guys. Okay. Also, if you guys aren't familiar, there's a guy going around accusing TD Jakes of some crazy stuff. The Bishop TD Jakes. I'm gonna show you guys that too today. And we know that he had a crazy connection to Diddy. And I'm gonna show you guys all that. Let's start with this article. And I want to know why this has been scrubbed from the internet. Kamala Harris's tweet thanking Sean Diddy Combs resurfaces after his arrest. They say it didn't age well. So they had some type of connection. It says, sorry, the ads are loading. It says, Vice President Kamala Harris came under fire as an old tweet where she thanked disgraced rapper Diddy Combs for fundraising for her first presidential campaign resurfaced after the hip hop mogul's arrest on these sex crime charges. So Diddy funded or did a fundraiser or hosted a fundraiser for Kamala Harris to help her get in office. And it says that it was for the first presidential campaign. So that right there says that she owes Diddy a favor. If we know how politics works, you do something for me, I'm expecting you going to repay that favor later. That's politics. This is what it is. This is the same thing that a lot of people say is wrong with politics. Is that these people get paid by somebody, Diddy fundraises for her, and now she owes Diddy a favor. So there's a list of celebrities that Diddy knows, or that Diddy is involved with, or that's alleged to be involved with this whole Diddy situation. Diddy being one of her fundraisers, obviously held without bail. A lot of these celebrities is probably calling like, look, don't let Diddy say my name. You got the relationship. We need a favor. I'll come out. I'll endorse you. But I need you to make sure that I'm not involved in that. Now, we've seen this from people, other celebrities have been going out to Trump's rallies, and they've been saying different things like this. Let me see. Check this out. Danica Patrick slams Kamala Harris's celebrity backers. She said, I never went to a Diddy party.
Trump is making very clear who he is. And it's so visible.
This thing's taking forever to load. Oops. Get back to that. She said, the article says Danica Patrick didn't hold back winging it on stage at a rally for Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump. The former NASCAR driver declared she never attended a Sean Diddy Combs party. Now, these are obviously in the allegations, in the midst of the allegations that Diddy is going through. I'm trying to get it to scroll down so we can see exactly what she said. Check this out.
literally get 6 presidents.
I'm gonna close some of these out so we can get a better internet.
When you pick him, you get Donald Trump, you get J.D. Vance, you get Bobby Kennedy, you get Tulsi Gabbard, you get Vivek Ramaswamy, and you get Elon Musk. Because when I decided that I'm going to vote, now I'm speaking, and I'm not paid to be here. I don't have a teleprompter. I'm winging this right now, everybody. I don't need a telephone. I never went to a Diddy party. I'm doing this because I love this country. And there's nobody that's been tested more than Donald Trump on showing his love for this country. Through indictments, house raids, mug shots, and getting literally shot. I'm standing here. This is like a very surreal situation. There's
I'm not gonna lie, that's a good point. I wouldn't if I was Trump, I wouldn't be doing all this, bro. I'm getting shot. Y'all putting me in jail. I ain't going through. That's a good point.
There's glass around me to make sure that nothing happens. Like, this is the time that we're living in. Nobody has been tested more than him on how much he wants you to have this amazing country, not only great again, but better than it's ever been.
All right. Anyways, Kamala also had tweets thanking Diddy. This has actually been resurfaced. And then it was revealed that he was a fundraiser for her, which is crazy. So that connection there, where's the other one? To me, says that she owes Diddy a favor. And I think he needs a favor right now, honestly. Because he has no chance of coming home. What a lot of lawyers around that situation are saying. The federal government is even saying that he pretty much has no chance of coming home. They're ready to go to court next week and start their trial next week, they said. I don't think people care. Honestly, if you voting for Kamala Harris, you don't care. And if you voting for Trump, you probably like, look at this. But it is interesting information. Now, it is being said that Diddy is going to reveal his list of accomplices. It says Sean Diddy Combs' alleged list of accomplices are soon to be revealed. The names will shock you, an attorney says. Says Sean Diddy Combs is just one of many powerful people who will go down for the sexual assault crimes that took place at his parties, events, and auditions. And I agree with that. These lawyers saying this, I don't think that they're wrong. I think a lot of people are looking at it like there's no possible way that he's the only one that's going down. And maybe that has a lot of influence on why these celebrities are getting on stage and supporting Kamala. Because they're not going to get the favor from Trump. Trump is also talking about exposing Jeffrey Epstein's list. So if you're on that list, you don't support Trump as a celebrity. And then if you on Diddy's list or if you're in Diddy's situation, you're not going to support Trump either. You're going to support Kamala because Diddy has a relationship with Kamala. And that's just what it is. Like, there's no way around that. So I've showed you guys the articles. I showed you guys. Here's another article. And I have a video of Kamala speaking about Diddy too that I'm going to show in a second. If you just came in, hit the like button. Let's make sure we keep the likes of 50% of people in the room. We should be at close to 400 or 500 likes. Let's hit the like button for me if you just came in, please. Vice President Harris offered effusive praise for Sean Diddy Combs while participating in a town hall dedicated to Black Americans. Here's that article. This is what I think this is. Let me make sure. Yeah, this is what Kamala said. Hey, everyone, it's good to be with you this evening. Sean, that's Sean Diddy Combs. She said, Sean, I want to thank you because you always have a way of convening and bringing folks together. somebody needs to step up and sound the alarm. I want to give thanks and praise to you, Diddy, to have the platform that you have and to have the heart that you have is unbelievable, that you're going to be able to maybe save a bunch of lives tonight. I got the chance to spend time with Diddy. The passion and the love that this brother has for our survival, for our success, and for our thriving, for our growth is unmatched. And we're just getting started. And then you see Diddy was up there. You know, this is on Revolt before he got arrested and all that. Diddy on Revolt with a bunch of different people. So there's a relationship there that he has with Kamala. Obviously, that's going to have to be cashed in on. If I'm Diddy, I'm trying to cash in on that relationship. I need her in office so I can get some type of presidential pardon. He got a federal case, so she's really the only one that can give him any grace or help if she gets in office as the president. So if I'm Diddy, I'm trying to get Kamala in office so I can get out of my situation. Simple as that. I don't care about politics. I don't care about nothing, bro. I'm looking at the rest of my life. I got all day. I'm looking at all day. I need her to get in office. His trial is May 5th, 2025. He needs her to get in office. And so do all the other celebrities around this, because if they're on that list, like the article just that I showed you guys just said, that some names are going to be dropped, I think this presidential election is going to actually decide Diddy's fate. We saw Elon Musk come out previously and say that we know he's a super Trump guy. Like, this dude was jumping around stage. Like, yo, chill. He was jumping on stage. We saw, I think it's just some of the celebrities that have come out and spoke about this is crazy. Elon Musk said that, he criticized J-Lo for not warning people about Diddy. And then after that, J-Lo was seen on stage endorsing Kamala Harris. Elon Musk has criticized Jennifer Lopez about her past relationship with alleged abuser Sean Diddy Combs. Days after her endorsement of Kamala Harris, Elon Musk appeared on Joe Rogan show, and demanded to know why the singer never warned anyone of her ex-boyfriend's crimes. Musk remarked J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend, and it's like now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I know the election is important, but there's got to be something deeper here that everybody is like, y'all willing to go to war with each other over a president candidate? These people are human. I don't know, man. I just never looked at politics like that. I understand politics. I make sure that I study policy. I understand exactly what's going on. I actually know what a tariff is and why it would be good or bad, both sides of that. I understand politics deeply, but I never attach myself. I try to be as bipartisan as possible. I mean, I'm not attaching myself to a candidate, bro. I don't care. It's like my politics is first, what does God say about things? That's number one. Number two, how is it going to affect my personal family, children, and wife? And three, how is it going to affect the community that I come from? Not the community I'm in, the community that I come from, because without me coming from that space, I don't get to this space. But I think it's interesting that these celebrities are willing to risk, like 50 Cent is a good example of how you're supposed to do it as a celebrity to me. I'm not getting involved in that because I'm not going to divide my audience for no reason. My personal vote is my personal vote. Who I vote for is my choice. I think Dave Chappelle also does a great job of it. My personal vote is my personal vote. I'm not coming out and endorsing nobody. I don't care how much money you offer me. This is nobody's business. So when I see other celebrities with just as much to lose coming out and endorsing the candidate, I go, okay, this is for a reason. This ain't nothing. They're endorsing somebody because they have an agenda. Said Diddy's running to avoid sentencing. Yeah, I believe that. I believe Diddy wants Kamala Harris in office. I just believe that, just based on what we just shown about their relationship. Kamala actually did a video thanking Diddy. Let me see if I can find that. She did a video praising Diddy. Here it is. Let's see if I can share this to screen. Actually, the audio is not going to be okay to play, so let me not even do that. If you search Kamala Harris praise Diddy Combs on YouTube, you'll find it. But I think it's interesting. Like when I see celebrities supporting her so heavily, I think that it's for a reason. I don't think they're doing that for no reason. I think they're looking to collect a favor later. Says Democrats never did anything for blacks historically, but still get the black vote, no questions asked. Freedom and civil rights came from Republicans. Listen, man, I probably would agree that black people give their vote up way too easy. They don't require nothing except whoever the candidate that they're voting for is either one making history, like, oh, it's gonna be the first female president. I'm gonna vote for that. In our communities, we make that mistake. Or whoever is cool. To me, I get offended. Personally, as a black man, I get offended when I see celebrities on stage and like that's supposed to get my vote. Me personally, I get offended by that. Like, bro, you got to do a little bit more. You got to explain something to me on what you're going to do specifically for me and my family. Not even the black community comes third on my list. Number one on my list is, does this candidate values align with Christian values? Because I'm a Christian man. I believe God, Jesus Christ first. Second, my wife and kids. How does this person's policy affect my wife and kids? Third is my community. Okay, the community I come from, how are they going to be affected by these policies? And I think a lot of us don't think of it that way. I think a lot of us just go, well, who's popular? Which is the wrong way to look at things to me. Anyways, I wish I could play that video on here, but I can't. They might take it down if I play that video. So go to YouTube and search Kamala Harris praises Diddy. You'll see the video. I showed you guys the articles on the situation. We showed that Diddy is a fundraiser. It did some fundraisers for Kamala Harris's presidential campaign before he got arrested, and she publicly thanked him. They tried to scrub those tweets and those videos from the internet, so it's hard to find, but you can find them. I found them. You typically have to go on your desktop or your laptop to find it. Here's an update on Diddy's situation, which is there's this video going around of Diddy telling his 13-year-old actress back in the day to come to his after party. Trip off this, man. I thought this was crazy when I saw it. Sean Diddy Combs invites 12-year-old The Ring actress, DeVay Chase, to MTV after party in resurfaced video. The resurfaced video of Sean Diddy Combs inviting child actress to a party has gone viral amid his allegations that the embattled music mogul has committed sexual misconduct against minors. The clip shows the I Need a Girl rapper, Diddy. He was 33 at the time, asking 12-year-old actress DeVay Chase backstage if she was coming to the after party tonight, as he walks up to her while holding a drink near his mouth. The young girl then nods, prompting Combs, who was known at the time to throw wild and lavish Hollywood parties, to laugh in a mischievous manner and say, yeah. The pair had seemingly met earlier that night. So Diddy met this little girl earlier that night when the Bad Boys record founder and Ashton Kutcher presented Chase with the Best Villain Award for her role in a movie, The Ring. When the actress went up to accept her award during the live show, Ashton Kutcher, who once hinted at knowing secrets about the party-loving Combs, so Ashton Kutcher previously said that he knew secrets about Diddy, leaned in to tell the preteen that she was doing so good and gently patted her arms. The last night rapper Diddy then told her at the podium, "Take your time." It's weird. We know that 70s show had that dude on there. What was his name? Somebody let me know that dude's name in the comments. The one that got convicted of RAPE, like serially though. Ashton Kutcher was also backstage when Diddy Combs extended the party invitation, as it appeared to have taken place right after the award exchange, but he laughed off his co-presenter's remarks. Diddy did all this publicly. Imagine what happens behind closed doors. I hope they lock him up for life, one person commented. Let me see if we could play this video, man. I don't know if I think the audio went out. Let me see. When this video plays, let me see. No, this ain't the video. Oh, maybe they don't have the video on the article. They should though. So this is the video. The rapper and the child actress was backstage. That's crazy, man. I'm gonna go find that video later. I wish I had it for the live stream. Now, I want to get into somebody else that's connected to Diddy and show you guys this. This is somebody that's been accused too of knowing everything that's going on and participating in it. And he didn't have the best response. Bishop T.D. Jakes, man. Now, if you guys remember this is a crazy video. Make sure you guys can see that. Where it was like, yo, what are y'all doing? Check this out. Let me know if you guys can hear the audio on this video in the chat. Drop a 1 if you can hear the audio. If not, I'm going to try to reload it. Did y'all hear the audio on that? Crazy. Old Bishop T.D. Jakes. Now, he's being accused of some crazy stuff. And I'm going to show you guys this. Can't hear the audio on it. So I'm before I play this video, this is a man that it says details traumatic teenage experience while with T.D. Jakes. So this guy says that T.D. Jakes did some crazy stuff, tried to kiss him and was calling him from the bathtub. And I want to show you guys this. I want to make sure the audio is good. So let me stop this real quick. And let's make sure that we could fix this audio. If not, I'll play it from the phone. But I want to show you guys this guy. 1 second. Let's do this. Let me know if you guys can hear this before I don't want to go too far on it without you guys if you can't hear it. So let me see a 1 in the chat. Dropping just the number 1 in the chat if you guys can hear this video when I share it. All right. This is the guy that's accusing T.D. Jakes of the weirdo stuff. So he said he was a teenager at the time. I want to show you guys this, man. This is crazy. Hit the like button if you're just coming in.
Kind of close with
Can y'all hear that?
Jakes.
Drop a 1 in the chat if you can.
And we decided in one of the times he was there, it was going to be his birthday. I was able to convince my.
If you can hear that, drop a 1 in the chat for me. Yes, sir. Okay, great. I see you guys. Thank you guys for letting me know. All right. So this says, man details traumatic teenage experience with T.D. Jakes. This dude had the shaky voice. And I believe him. I'm not going to lie. Everything he said, I believe him. Just because the way he's telling the story is so much detail, so much. It's almost like he still has fear when he tells this. Now, T.D. Jakes has been pretty much scrutinized for his relationship with Diddy and being at some of Diddy's parties. And they like, what is a bishop doing there? Like, you supposed to be blameless before God and all that. What are you doing there? Trip off this dude right here, man. Y'all ready?
we befriended
Hit the like button if you just coming in, please.
kind of close with Bishop Jakes. And we decided in one of the times he was there, it was going to be his birthday. I was able to convince my mother to let me drive her car as I didn't have a vehicle. I said, well, we're going to take him out to eat. I want to drive your car. And so we did. We took him out to eat. And it was decided after we were done taking him out to eat that I would be the person to take him back to his sleeping place, which at the time there was a lady named Sister Giles. She always.
This dude got names, times. He remembered it like it was yesterday. He's an older man now, but he said he was like 19 at the time. That's why the details made me feel like, okay, this dude might be telling the truth, man. This is crazy. He ain't suing, I don't think. He just telling his story, literally just telling his story. He was driving TD Jakes. He had the responsibility of driving TD Jakes wherever he was driving him.
Which at the time there was a lady named Sister Giles. She always wanted to house and take care of him when he came to that church. And so I came in there, drove him to eat, and then took him back to her home. Well, after taking him back to her home, he says, come on in, let's talk. You can't even imagine being 18, 19 years of age. This person is killing it. And
18 years, 19 years of age. It's TD Jakes at that time, especially. He on fire. The internet is not what it is right now. This dude is like, yo, this dude is he's essentially a super celebrity. He's a mega celebrity in the churches. So this dude is just, he basically letting y'all know, like, I was starstruck.
they're saying to you, come on in, let's talk. And so I did. I went in. We sat down at a very long dining room table in the room that she had. And for 2 hours, it was unbelievable. Pouring of heart, crying, him talking about my father. We talking about these scenarios. And I inwardly just knew I had finally found someone who could get it. Someone who understood. I'm sitting at this table, and for the first time talking to any man, I got tears coming down my face because somebody gets me.
Does that sound like he's lying to you guys? Does this sound like a story that he just lying? This sounds like he telling the truth to me. I don't believe everything that I hear. I believe half of what I see. But this dude sound like he telling the truth. If you think this dude is telling the truth, put a 1 in the chat. If you think he lying, put a 2.
Somebody understood what I was going through. Well, after sitting there and having this long discourse with him, I finally look at my watch and I'm like, oh my goodness, I got to go. I got to get this car back to my mother. She's going to kill me. So I said to Bishop, I got to get up. And I got up from the table. He got up from the table. He walked around toward the way I had to exit quicker than I got over there. And when I started to walk past him, he pulled me to himself, wrapped his arms around me and tried to kiss me.
Wow.
And in that moment, I literally died.
Wow. Said he got nervous. He got up out of there. He trying to get up out of there. Dude, like, no. He like, I got to go to my mom. Said TD Jakes was like, no. Come here. Wrapped his arms around him and tried to kiss him. Now, you got to understand that this dude is looking at TD Jakes like you a super celebrity. There's no possible way you would do this. He said he literally died. Like that's how shocked this man was that this was going on. This is crazy. This man do not sound like even a little bit of lying. Drop a 1 in the chat if you think he telling the truth. Drop a 2 if you think he lying. In my opinion, it sounds like he telling the truth. I'm going to play that again. I'm going to play that part again for the people that just came in. If you just came in, hit that like button for us. We want to make sure we get this type of information out to as many people as possible, and the like button helps us do that. So please hit that like button. This is crazy. We're going to get back to the election. We're going to close out with some of that stuff, but let's just continue on this for a second. Let's just see what he has to say.
Wrapped his arms around me and tried to
I want to rewind it just
kiss
a bit.
me. And when I started to walk past him, and I got up from the table, he got up from the table. He walked around toward the way I had to exit quicker than I got over there. And when I started to walk past him, he pulled me to himself, wrapped his arms around me, and tried to kiss me.
Mm.
And in that moment, I literally died. I could not. I tell you, to this day, I can't remember how I got out of that place. But I remember driving home with all kinds of crazy thoughts and what in the world am I going to do now? And I finally get home, get in the house, get in the bed. I'm going to try to go to sleep. And I get to sleep and get up in the morning. And in the morning, I step into our bathroom and my home phone rings. My mother answers the phone and she says to me, "Wayne, it's Elder Jakes."
Mm.
And
This dude calling him at home. His mama pick up the phone. It's Elder Jakes. She's just looking at it like, this is the church. This is TD Jakes calling me. This dude is scared.
I get on that phone. And when I get on that telephone, I can hear water. He is sitting in a bathtub.
Wow.
And in that thing, he says to me, without any hesitation, there's 3 things I need you to do.
Mm.
The first one is, when I come to Pittsburgh, you're going to be the only person I sleep with.
Nah, bro. That's a fight. Who was you talking? That's a fight. I'm not laughing at this dude, but I'm laughing because I would have TD Jakes and all. I don't care. Bishop on TV, all that. I would have fired on TD Jakes. I would have waited till I saw him and I would have fired on TD Jakes. What? You gonna be the only person what?
Pittsburgh, you're going to be the only person
There's no way.
I sleep with. The first one is, when I come to Pittsburgh,
Hold on. I gotta rewind this. I gotta hear that all over. Hold on.
he says to me, without any hesitation, there's 3 things I need you to do. The first one is, when I come to Pittsburgh, you're going to be the only person I sleep with. The second one is, you can't sleep with anybody else because I don't want to give my wife anything.
Wow.
And third,
Wow. That's I'm at a loss for words. Bro said TD Jakes told him on the phone while sitting in the bathtub after he escaped this man's house and TD Jakes tried to kiss him. He escaped home. TD Jakes somehow got his house number, called him, and said, "Look, you're going to be the only person I sleep with when you come to Pittsburgh." What? And not only that, I need you to not sleep with nobody else because I don't want to give my wife nothing. What?
I will take care of you the rest of your life.
Wow. It's that coercion Diddy tactics.
And thirdly, I will take care of you the rest of your life.
That's that coercion.
I can't to this day remember how I got off that phone, but I do know I made a decision that I wasn't going to the service that night. And eventually I told my mother, "I'm not going to go to the service tonight." She says, No. You know, we got a rule in this house. If we go, you go. I never told her what he had done.
Wow.
I went to church, and the most humiliating thing imaginable happened that night at church. Bishop Jakes, getting up to preach, speaks into that microphone. "I'm going to ask young minister Youngblood to read for me." And after all of that drama of the last 24 hours, I had to read before he preached.
Wow. So basically, he's just traumatizing them on top of traumatizing them. Let me see what this one said. This is a crazy one. Let me see what this is about now. Hold on. I got to see what this is. Now I'm just in the rabbit hole of TD Jakes doing this weird stuff to people.
things. I wanted to verify that there had been predatory grooming like he had told me a long time ago. So I went there and I snapped pictures that I was not supposed to snap. And I'm glad that I took shots of it. One of the
1 second, guys. Before we get to this part, it says text messages between Prophet Manasseh Jordan and Bishop T.D. Jakes. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name. Also, salute to Jamie. Just became a new member of the channel. I really appreciate you being a member here. If you are not a member, go become a member. We're going to start doing actually this month live streams where members can call in and we can discuss these things live on the air the way that we're discussing it right now. I'll have a Zoom link for the members only of the channel that they'll be able to access. Also, I'm going to be pulling up doing live streams from the different cities that you guys drop in the chat. If you're a member, you'll be able to get access to pick which city I'm coming to next and a bunch of different other perks. So go over there to my channel, go to the members tab, check out the perks that you like, subscribe to the membership that you, the membership package that you want to subscribe to, if you want to subscribe, and get a lot of those different perks. There's about maybe 20 perks over there that you get when you become a member. So I appreciate you guys. If you have a comment or question, put it in the super chat. I'll put it on screen. We'll talk about it. We'll answer it. Or we'll just have a discussion about what you're saying, and we can have a conversation like that as well. This is a subscriber only chat tonight or today, this morning, excuse me. So if you want to drop a comment in the chat, you got to be a regular subscriber. We are talking about T.D. Jakes, his Diddy connection, and everything that he's done that's Diddy like. Or maybe Diddy is doing things that's T.D. Jakes like, it seems like. Just showed you guys a video of a man that was explaining his experience being pretty much traumatized and essayed by T.D. Jakes. This is crazy. So this video came up. This guy says he has pictures, text messages, different things like that. While we're here, while I got it paused for a second, if you have not hit the like button, just make sure you hit the like button for me, please. Helps the video grow, helps the channel grow, and it gets this information out to as many people as possible. Let's get into this video and see what this man has to say and what evidence he has to present.
pictures that I grabbed, you actually can see I was not supposed to snap. And
Let me rewind it.
I wanted to verify that there had been predatory grooming like he had told me a long time ago. So I went there and I snapped pictures that I was not supposed to snap. And I'm glad that I took shots of it. One of the pictures that I grabbed, you actually can see the timestamp. And you can actually see where he says that I am thinking of you. Here we go.
Hey, yo. He actually got messages. This is a screenshot. And it says that the date on this is 2016. So this is before everybody. This is when screenshots was pretty new, technology-wise. And it shows a message thread. And this message was sent at 2:33 in the morning. Why is Bishop T.D. Jakes texting another man or anybody at 2:33 in the morning? I don't know. But they must have went into their iCloud and pulled up all these messages from T.D. Jakes.
May the 26th, 2016 at 2:33 a.m. I looked at that picture.
T.D. Jakes sent the picture, and the text under the picture said, "Thinking of you." What? At 2:33 a.m.? Why are you thinking of me?
I said, this is like deja vu. Because that's the same thing Eddie did, flexing, and was in the exact same color shirt. I said, now wait. This cannot be a return piece. Let me look closer. And I saw where he was squeezing his fist flexing. You can see it even in his forearm.
That's comedy. Said he was squeezing his fist, flexing because he want to look good as possible for this dude that he's sending the picture to.
And trying to sit his chest up. And said, I'm thinking of you. I said, this is
Crazy.
the exact same kind of going on, if you want to believe that that's what Eddie Long was doing. If you're going to believe that's what
Eddie Long is another pastor. I believe he was accused of being homosexual. Right? Am I wrong? People in the chat, let me know. Eddie Long is the one that Cat Williams was like, Eddie Long out here with booty on his breath. Remember Cat Williams said that about Eddie Long? I'm just saying, Eddie Long, if you're going to preach the gospel with booty on your breath, I think. Ain't that what Cat Williams said about Pastor Eddie Long? Because he was accused of being homosexual. Let's see what he says.
Eddie Long was doing, you can't help but believe that's what Bishop T.D. Jakes was doing. It's the exact same play. I'm thinking of you at 2:33
In the morning.
Am I saying that Bishop T.D. Jakes should be thrown away? Hell no.
What?
The contributions that this man has made, you can't, would you come on. But what I am saying is that you and I can love Bishop T.D. Jakes and at the same time say what the hell we think or call out a wrong thing. And that's the reason why I have a question mark over the reason why Sarah Jakes snatched the parental rights from her ex as relates to the child. I have a question mark why Cora Jakes.
Yeah, I don't know what he's
has
talking about.
snatched.
I completely disagree with that. The Bible says that a bishop is to be blameless. Let me pull up the scripture. It says a bishop is to be blameless in 1 Timothy, I believe. Or it's either in 1 Timothy or Hebrews. What is it? If you won, 1 Timothy. Let me pull this up, man. I disagree with that. Should we throw TD Jakes away part? Hell no. What is you talking about, bro? What the Bible say about it? Bible says a bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach, not given to wine, not a striker, meaning you ain't hitting people all the time, not greedy, a filthy lucre, meaning you ain't no greedy on tithe. But patient, not a brawler, not covetous. My bad, scripture scroll. They got ads on everything. One that rules his own house, having his children in subjugation with all gravity. For if a man not know how to rule his own house, how should he take care of the church of God? Not a novice, lest being lifted up with pride, he fall into condemnation of the devil. So you can't be prideful. There's a whole bunch of what is he talking about? Then if you go to verse 10, it says, and let these also first be proved. Then let them use the office of a deacon, being found blameless. It's talking about deacon, excuse me. A bishop must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, and of good behavior, given to hospitality. Blameless means can't nobody accuse you of nothing, bro. Can't nobody be out here just accusing you of a bunch of weird stuff like this. So when he talking about should we throw bishop away? No. What?
And at the same time, say what the hell we think or call out contributions that this man has made.
I don't care what contributions he made.
2:33.
This man, come on, bro.
Bishop T.D. Jakes was doing. It's the exact same play. I'm thinking of you at 2:33. Am I saying that Bishop T.D. Jakes should be thrown away? Hell no. Y'all
said he gay too. That's why he condoning it. I don't know who this is, man. Larry Reed. All right. I see that in the comments. Bro, what is he talking about?
No. Am I saying that Bishop T.D. Jakes should be thrown away? Hell no. The contributions that this man has made, you can't, come on. But what I am saying is that you and I can love Bishop T.D. Jakes and at the same time say what the hell we think or call out a wrong thing. And that's the reason why I have a question mark over the reason why Sarah Jakes snatched the parental rights from her ex.
I love this comment in the chat. Said, SMH, salute to you, Trini. She said, shaking my head. I don't care what song you sing, what role you played. If you a weirdo, you gotta go. I do not tolerate no child abusers or groomers. Facts. You weird, you weird.
As relates to the child, I have a question mark why Cora Jakes has snatched parental rights from other children's parents and calling them hers and won't let the kids see the mom. I don't understand why a thinking person won't ask questions. I'm not telling you to believe lies, because what they're saying on Tough TV and everywhere, what Mace said, what Mace is saying, they don't have no proof. But we are very clear of the greed of the Jakes family.
He just said that the family is greedy. I showed y'all the scripture. The scripture say you can't be greedy in a bishop.
Be the Takes family. Bishop T.D. Takes. Cora Takes. We're clear on these things. But these other matters that people are discussing on their YouTubes, don't y'all drink that stuff down. Do me a favor and don't even watch. If it's not supported, do not mess in my mind dropping seeds about people. Because then when I see them,
that's against scripture too. The Bible says to expose evil deeds. It don't say you see something and don't say nothing. No, it says expose it.
They're going to have to outlive, outtalk, outwork the lie that you planted in my head. And that's not fair.
All right, man. That's what he said. Now I want to get to the chat. I want to see what you guys are talking about. It is election day. It is election day. I want to see, should we do a call in for the members right now? Maybe I'll make this the first day that members can call in and we could talk about it. It's election day. Do you guys want to call in? All the members in the chat, in the live stream, do you guys want to call in, or should we save it for the next live stream? Have members call in. Maybe I'll do another one this Thursday or something like that. Let me see where my members are. If you are a member of the channel, we're gonna be doing call in live streams. I'm an audience first type of person. I love my audience. I love that you guys come and constantly support, that you guys subscribe, that you guys are members of the channel. I want to see what you guys have to say about a lot of these different topics. And I like to have conversations with real people that don't have connections with it. So maybe we'll let me get you out of here real quick. Maybe we'll do that on the next live stream and we'll be prepared for it. That way everybody can be prepared for it on the next one. You're not entitled. This is something that I did want to address. A lot of people think they're entitled to comment on the page. They'll be like, where are the comments? Bro, we allow comments from members after the live stream is over. If you're not a member of the channel and you're not doing the super thanks, you're not entitled to have your comment posted on my channel. It's my channel. And I got to give something special to people that actually support the platform, not just people that's coming here taking and just want to be heard because nobody cares about what they have to say in their personal life. So they want to come to the platform where the numbers are so people can hear their comment. No, we save that for our members. If you're a member of the channel, or if you support the channel, or if you have something positive and loving to say to other people on the channel, maybe your comment might be approved by our moderators. And then we'll do it that way. But I don't just let people just come on here and tear down my subscribers, my members, and the people that's actually here supporting the channel every single day when we do these daily live streams. So I hope that answers those questions. If now my members entitled to comment section, you guys are members of the channel, you're entitled to comment section. Your comments are going to be posted good, bad, and different if you're a member. Subscribers, you guys get a little bit more priority, but you know, we're not going to create a toxic environment just because people have opinions. I seen somebody say in the chat, love the sinner, hate the sin. That's how my grandmother raised me. So we've been on for about an hour. I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna go probably train my son, play football. So train him up a little bit before he gotta do what he gotta do. But I love you guys, man. I appreciate you guys being here. Who you guys voting for? Before I leave, who you guys voting for? I'm curious. How do you guys vote? And what's your what do you guys qualify for? Or what's your qualifiers for voting? Drop it in the chat. Let's see what you guys. If you voted for Trump today, drop a 1. If you voted for Kamala, drop a 2. 1 for Trump, Kamala 2, or just put their names. I'm curious, man. Let me see if we can put a poll in the I'll put a poll in the chat. Let me see if I can do that. See if we can add a poll and see what you guys are doing. If I can do it after the fact, I don't know, but I am curious. I should have did that before we started the live stream, honestly. Let me see if I can add a poll to the live stream real quick. Because I am curious. I see a lot of people saying Trump, Kamala's for women's rights. Okay. Is that one of Kamala's policies? She's going to support women's rights. What rights do women not have? That's interesting to me. Oh, I can't start a poll. All right. Let's do this. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. This is fun. All right, let's do this. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Let's see what you guys are thinking right now. Go ahead and vote on the poll. Who you got in this election? I see the votes coming in. I see it coming in. I put a poll in the chat. Let me know who you guys is voting for. Now, if you have a interesting opinion, send it to the super chat so I can see it, because a lot of times these chats move so fast. I get so many comments, I can't see y'all comments. That's why I like when you guys go to super chat. Send a super chat why you're voting for who you're voting for. I don't care if you only I think you could buy one for like 99 cents. And just let me know a quick message on why you're voting right. I see we got 80 votes in so far. Vote on the poll. It says 68% of people right now is voting for Kamala. Let's see. I'm gonna let that run for a little while, and let's see. I'll stay on the live stream just for that, because I am interested. My politics always lie, like I said, you guys, with first, what does the Bible, what does God say about these different policies? Second, how does this affect my wife and my children? That's my 1 and 2. Then third is, how does this affect the community that I come from that made me who I am today? We got over 100 votes so far on the poll. A lot of people are saying that they're voting for Trump. And I'm interested why. You know, and I'm also interested why vote for Kamala, because to me it's very scary that they could switch a presidential candidate in. And I just look at it like, I get the women's rights thing. I don't get it, but I'm trying to understand it. I seen somebody in the chat, it passed, but somebody was trying to explain it. I'm trying to scroll up to what rights women don't have. Reproductive rights. Women don't have reproductive rights. There's only two genders, so you're voting for Trump. Okay. Trump is a righteous man of God. I don't know. I don't know what Trump, if Trump is a righteous man of God. I don't concern. Look, on Judgment Day, God ain't gonna ask me about Trump. When I go, God ain't gonna ask me. God gonna ask me about me. I don't be caring about if he's a righteous man of God. I care about the policies. Do these policies align with what the Bible says? Y'all get too caught up on the Christian and not Christ. Claudia Dela Cruz, I'm not voting for fascists. Okay. Said you're not voting for fascists. Why? Explain it to people. One thing I do give Trump credit for is he did give $280 million to HBCUs. That's a fact. And he did sign the prison reform, which does affect my community. Because I've been to jail. I've been locked up early on in my life before I got my life right and changed my life. And I know that stuff do affect things. The same way I praised Obama. When I was locked up, when I was young, Obama was in office and he was giving Fed kicks. People were going home for nonviolent crime. So I gave Obama a lot of praise for that. I'm bipartisan. I give people credit where credit is due, and I take credit where credit is not due. I see we got on the poll, 71% of people right now are saying Trump. On the poll, 29% of people in here are saying Kamala. That's super interesting. Let's see what's going on around the world, because I haven't checked in on the election. Let's see what the live polls are saying. And I'll put it on screen right now. Because who's in the lead right now? I think Americans love competition, and we look at everything like sports. And I think people look at Republican, Democrat the same way. And it's like if you love the Dallas Cowboys, then you're going to come up with every reason why they're right and why everything they're doing is right. Let me see. Say you're voting for Harris. Kamala Harris was a 2. So 2, 2, 2. That's Harris, I'm assuming. Let's see. Do they have live polls where we could see who's winning? I'm sure they do. They gotta have the votes coming in. Oh no, we got to do a live stream as soon as they start counting these votes. This is just a live. I see the live stream, but it's not. It hasn't started yet. Yeah, it really hasn't started yet. All right, this is exciting, man. It is like, it do feel like sports a little bit. You get into it. I disagree with people that say if you're not into politics that you shouldn't do, or that, like, I used to be one of those people like, I'm not into politics for real. You probably should be. You know, I think it's a sign of maturity. When you start caring about your own life, really. I think you should get into it. As somebody that was like you, that didn't want to be involved, I think I take a bipartisan view of things. Like, I just view who's the best candidate this year. I'm not like, oh, I gotta vote Republican or I gotta vote Democrat. I'm not, no. But I don't like the way things have been going the last maybe 2 years, 3 years, how prices have gotten out of control for everyday people. Gas prices are crazy. Grocery prices is the same as fast food prices. People are affected by that. Oh, it's that 222 is an angelic number. Yeah, okay. My bad. I mischaracterized what you said. I thought you was putting the 2 in the chat, voting for Kamala. It's not about being popular either. Like, a lot of times we shouldn't I see 75% in the poll that I have in the chat. If you haven't voted on the poll in the chat, go vote on that. I'm just curious. It's anonymous. Nobody gonna know. I just want to know who you guys are voting for. 75% of people are saying Trump right now. We got over 200 votes. 25% are saying Kamala. I think, you know, there's a way to view politics. You have to have your own qualifications and qualifiers. on why you pick a candidate. I have my own. Typically, all my life, I voted Democrat. For the times that I was able to vote, you know, because I am a felon, so it took me how to get off papers. Last election, it was really hard for me. I didn't vote. I'm not gonna lie. Last election, because I just couldn't. I saw some things about Biden messing with kids, and they had some audio where he said some things, and I was just like, I can't do it. And then Trump, the climate was so different with Trump. I was like, I don't know. I can't get a gauge of, like, the media is powerful, but I couldn't get a gauge on who Trump really was. So I was like, nah. But this year I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna vote today. Tonight I'm gonna go vote. But I'm still mulling it. The thing that I don't like, one thing I don't like about Kamala is the tampons in the boys' bathroom thing. I don't like that. The support for sex changes for incarcerated people. And I also don't like the way immigration has to be handled better. Because I travel the world. I go to other countries. I watch how they treat us when we come in, even though, like, I went to Israel this year. I traveled to Israel this year in the middle of the Palestine-Israel thing. With my best friend being Palestinian, best man in my wedding. So I traveled there to see the Jesus sites, to go see where Jesus was crucified, go get baptized where Jesus was baptized and stuff like that with my wife. And I saw how they treat people. And they treat us like, they treat Americans like we ain't funding a lot of stuff. So also, but just immigration wise, I don't like, you know, I do have a issue with certain things as far as open borders. I think it should be some type of process to become a citizen. I do. I think that's right. You know, felons can't vote. I'm a felon. Felons on paperwork. If you're not off of paperwork, if you're a felon and you're on probation or parole, you can't vote. But if you're off of it, you can. And I think it's crazy that citizens that happen to be on parole or probation can't vote, as if their vote is less valuable. But they're a citizen, but, you know, other people can. I don't agree with that. But I don't like, as a businessman, I actually do think Trump's tariff plan is smart. Now, if you don't understand what Trump is doing with tariffs, I'll try to explain it simply. A lot of people feel like it's a bad idea to have tariffs because a tariff is essentially a tax that businesses would have to pay to import their things that are made outside of America into America. Now, some people feel like Trump is stupid for doing that, for having that policy, because if the businesses have to pay more, the businesses are going to charge the customers more, which means American citizens are going to have to pay more for these tariffs. Now, this is where, as a businessman, I think people don't understand it, and they're looking at it from the perspective of their small t-shirt brand out of their backyard or out of their garage that they're selling online, that they're getting the t-shirt from Alibaba or AliExpress and shipping it into the country. They're looking at it from that perspective. I look at it from big business perspective. If Toyota or Honda or wherever these other big companies that are manufacturing cars and big industries outside of America, if they have to pay that percentage, that tax percentage, cars are not going to sell. More cars are not going to be, they're not going to be able to price them higher than they are and sell them. So customers are not going to be willing to pay those prices. We see the car industry down. I'm using the car industry as an example for big business, right? Those big companies that are charged tariffs, if they raise the price on customers are not going to pay it on some of this stuff. They're going to use their old used car and not deal with it. Trump's plan is charge the tariffs. Those companies are going to, they're going to try to charge customers more. Customers are not going to pay it in America. And what those companies are going to be forced to do is bring their factories from out the country into the country and start making it down the street. That way, if you're making these products in America, it's still a foreign owned company, but your factory is in America. And then you're going to have to provide jobs to Americans and sell your stuff here. So you want to sell your stuff here? Cool. You got to make it here. Put a factory here, provide jobs, and then sell it to people. Now, other people are going to be like, well, that's stupid. So I gave you guys both sides of those arguments. So somebody says, well, tariffs are going to charge everyday citizens more. It's going to cost everyday citizens more. Well, yes, for small stuff. But the big boy stuff, no, it's not. It's going to charge the companies that are getting over because they're making Nikes and Jordans in India somewhere for $2 and then selling them to Americans for $300. It's going to force them. If you're going to sell it for $300, you're going to have to come to America and make it here and give these people jobs. Instead of you're making this Honda Civic in Japan or wherever, you're giving Japanese people jobs, but then charging America or American citizens for the product. So we're double paying you pretty much. That's tariffs. That's tariffs explained. So some people don't understand. They think, oh, well, if I have a t-shirt business, this is the example I've heard people say, if I have a t-shirt business, I'm going to have to pay more for people to buy my t-shirt. Well, bro, listen, this is bigger than your t-shirt business. We're talking about industries. Let's see. Tiana Nadira, thank you for your donation. She said, I'm an independent voter intent on disrupting the duopoly of politics, red and blue. Okay. Both are beholden to the corporate giants, elites of the country. I agree with that. I voted Dr. Cornel West. Salute to Dr. Cornel West. We share different religions, but same religious values religiously. And for ADOS, Black American. Salute to you, man. I really appreciate this intelligent, well thought out comment. And I agree with you. You know, I would like to be an independent voter as well. I have been in the past, but I look at things like it is a two-party system. And if you have to vote for somebody, sometimes voting independently is like not voting at all. Personally, I was hoping that RFK would have stayed in this fight because I probably would have voted for RFK this year. Would have hands down. If he would have ran Democrat or Republican, I would have voted for RFK. Personally, I just like the way what the man stands for, and I like the history of his family. But I agree with you. I think it's two sides of the same coin. It's two wings on the same bird. Everybody got relationships, and I think when the politics and all that is over, and the sporting event of politics is over, these people go behind the scenes, rub elbows with each other, laugh, and say, "Hey, man, I got you. I won that one." I don't think Trump hates Joe Biden. I don't think Obama hates Trump. That's another thing. I didn't like seeing Obama. Let's see where you guys are at in the chat. I didn't like seeing Obama constantly speaking. Like every time Joe Biden made a mistake, or every time Kamala now makes a mistake, Barack Obama comes out and speaks. I'm from the hood. I'm successful now, but I'm from the hood. In the hood, if two people is fighting, simple analogy, right? We're going to internalize it in a negative way so we can understand things for regular people like us where we come from. Two people fighting. And person number 3 keeps saying, uppercut, bro, jab, grab him, do this, do that. Well, somebody from the other side might start looking at him and saying, you fight. You get out there. Now I want to fight. If I'm supporting this other person, I want to fight you now. And Obama's the person in the audience saying, uppercut, jab, you got him. All you got to do is this, do that, do that. Nah, bro, you ain't. Are you fighting, or is Kamala fighting? Are you fighting, or is Joe Biden fighting? Are you becoming president if she gets in office? Is there something we don't know about? I don't like that from Obama. And I love Barack Obama, man. I just don't like it. Like, stay out of it, bro. You ain't been president in damn near 10 years. Stay out of it. Let them people. I don't see George Bush coming out just going crazy for Trump. Every time Trump do something, George Bush posting. Stay out of it. Let them people play politics. That's my opinion. I don't like it. So I agree with being bipartisan. I'm bipartisan. I try to keep that view of things. It's a lose-lose because Republicans will safeguard the gas corporate prices by raising daily costs to make Dems look bad in office. There's no unity. You're right. There is no unity. I want to give you guys a quick secret. Not a secret. It's not really even a secret. If you think Trump is going to win, go invest in Tesla right now. If you got money, if you got $500, put it in Tesla. Tesla's going crazy if Trump wins. I would bet everything. Tesla's already starting to rise, but go check out stock if you're in the stock. But that's just something I say. I agree with you though. I see 72% of the people in the polls are saying Trump over Kamala. 72% of people saying they're voting for Trump, which is crazy. What states are you guys in? Drop in the chat what states you guys are in. I'm interested to know where you guys are voting from. Drop that in the chat. If you want your comment put on screen, all you got to do is go to the super chat section. We'll put your comment on screen. We'll have a conversation about it, or I'll answer your question. Or if there's anything that you don't understand, I'll try to answer to the best of my ability. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. I'm not perfect. I'm just a guy. I'm a business owner. I have about 8 employees. Small business owner. And I've done pretty well for myself. I'm a husband, I'm a father, and I'm a Christian. Number one, I'm a Christian. I'm a follower of Jesus. More than a Christian, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. I'm not just a believer. I live my life through it. I read, I study. Holy Spirit is my friend. All that. That's where I get my politics from first, and all my decision making on life in general. I see the poll in the chat moving. Almost at 400 votes. Looks like we're about 400 votes actually. And 70% of people are saying Trump. They're voting for Trump. Thank you for the guys in the chat saying get the likes up. I appreciate you guys letting people know what we do over here. If you're a regular subscriber, I really appreciate you guys being here. Lucha Ma said, God bless you and thank you for exposing the truth. Amen. Thank you. God bless you too. The Bible tells us to expose the truth. There's a scripture that says, expose the evil deeds or something. Ephesians 5:11. Ephesians 5:11 says, take no part in worthless deeds of evil and darkness. Instead expose them. So that's what we do over here. We don't take part in this stuff. We expose it. What policies do you guys feel like are most important to you? Let me see. Tiana says, thank you, Tiana, for your donation. Said the two parties spread the lies that your vote for independent is a wasting a vote. Okay. Said it's a strategy used to keep the voter in line. I probably would agree with that. I could see that. That makes sense. You know, you don't vote for who you want to. Vote for who we tell you can vote for. Voting for two people is the only way that the parties would survive. I get that. If a third party candidate gets at least 5% of the votes in the election, they automatically get the same funding as red and blue without being obligated to the corps. The funding is the problem is the funding, I would say, that the independent candidate would get is, I don't want to argue with you. So I agree with you because I do agree with you. I just feel like you got to think when this election, let me say it like this. When I'll use Republicans and Democrats, and I'll say it this way. When this election is over, either a Democrat, Harris, or Trump, they're going to be out of a lot. They spent a lot of money to get Beyonce on that stage if you're Harris, or you spent a lot of money, you know, to campaign and get back in this race if you're Trump after everything he went through getting arrested. So somebody's going to be out of a huge investment. I think an independent candidate is more susceptible to that risk than a Democrat or a Republican. But I agree with you 100% that I don't have a problem with anybody that says I vote independently, because essentially I do the same thing. I'm bipartisan. I don't really care about the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. I think they've done horrible things on each side. And I think there's been a time where Democrats was the best choice, and there's been a time where Republicans was the best choice. And I just think that we in a system where, you know, you have to vote from the thoughts of your own policies, not the policies of what's presented to you. I think whatever you feel like is going to affect your life. Don't look at Instagram. Don't look at, oh, Megan Thee Stallion is at Kamala's rally. And I think Kamala said something that was extremely important for people to understand. Let me pull that up. She said people 18 to 24 are stupid. And to me, that's why she targets them. Because when you start talking about bringing Megan Thee Stallion and all these Quavo and Beyonce, this is to get the 24-year-old and under, 18 to 24-year-old to feel like, oh, maybe she's the cool choice. I'm trying to pull that up. Every article is like, oh, like, bro, she said that. I heard her voice with my own ears. They're trying to say it lacks context. No, it don't. No, it don't. I guess this is crazy. I guess all you can, let me see if I could pull the video up at all, because I'm trying to find the video for you guys to hear for yourself. And hold on, I have the video here, but let me see. I'm trying to get to the spot where she actually says it. I'm gonna have to pull it up on X. This is crazy. They really scrub the internet for certain stuff. That's crazy. Like she said it, bro. It is what it is. I don't know. That is crazy that you can't find stuff. I heard, let me pull it. I see the video, but they got like 18 to 24-year-olds. She was like, they're stupid. Like, that's why we make the decisions for them. But she wasn't talking about politically. She was just saying, yeah, here it is. That's crazy. I got to go to Twitter or X to pull some of this stuff up. I should be able to pull it up anywhere. Look at this, you guys.
A resident assistant.
Listen to this.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid. That is why we put.
Look, sis sitting there like, huh? Sis sitting there like, what? What you mean? 18 to 24 are stupid. Look at the lady in the back. She ain't laughing at that. You playing games. We ain't here to play games. What do you mean they stupid? No, they're not stupid. They're young. They're young. They're not stupid. And I don't know how you could add context to this.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid. That is why we put them in dormitories and they have a resident assistant. They make really bad decisions.
So when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, yeah, I understand what she's saying. 18 to 24-year-olds do make bad decisions. That's facts. They're not stupid, though. They make decisions based on the information that they have. I'm 30. When I was 18, I didn't have a lot of information outside of the environment that I come from. So I made decisions based on the information that I had acquired up until that point. I made bad decisions. I went to jail. I was robbing people. I was doing stupid stuff. Because from where I'm from, that's how you make money. If you can't make money for yourself, you take it from somebody else. Now that I'm older, I understand how big of a mistake that was and how stupid it is to steal. Even stealing from stores, I get mad at. Like at the age I'm at now, being a husband and father, when I see people stealing at Target or stealing at Walmart or wherever, I'm like, bro, you don't understand you raising the prices for everybody? The companies are going to take no losses. When you steal that loaf of bread from Walmart, the companies are going to go, okay, I worked that food for less before I own my businesses and all that. I worked that food for less. They used to train us about something called shrink. Shrink is the amount of money they put to the side or the amount of money they expect to be stolen out of the store every single year. So they have an annual shrink budget. When you steal when people steal food and steal things, anything out of stores, and the budget goes past, or the amount of loss, the amount of shrink goes past what the company projected at the beginning of the year, they raise prices on stuff. I know because I worked at Food for Less. But when you're a kid, you don't think of that. You just take the candy bar. You don't think you're affecting the economy when you do that, or you're affecting everybody else that's paying when you do that. You think you're stealing from the store. 18 to 24-year-olds are not stupid. They make bad decisions because they don't have a lot of information. They have only been adults for 0 to 6 years at that point. They're not stupid. But politicians, older people who are typically politicians, they do feel like that. So that, what do? They put Megan Thee Stallion on stage to get your vote. What do? They put Beyonce on stage to get your vote. Really, why is Beyonce up there? In my opinion, Beyonce is up there because Jay-Z is involved in this Diddy thing, in my opinion. Or he has some type of ties to old parties, because we've seen the pictures. I can pull that up too. We've seen the pictures of Jay-Z at Diddy's all-white parties when he was young. I think it's some old stuff that's going to come out that may not hurt Jay in the legal situation. But it would hurt him in perception, and that's what they don't want. And Beyonce is like, let me do everything I can to get this woman in office, because the last thing I want is to have to publicly go through this with my husband after everything they've been through publicly. I don't think Beyonce is inherently evil, but I think she's looking out for her own best interest, and it's in her best interest to protect her husband. And he was there. He was at them parties. That's Jay-Z in the background. He was at them parties. This is he was there. And maybe there's something, a tape or something from back then that he's on that nobody knows about. That's Busta Rhymes in the corner under J-Lo. You see Jay-Z down there in the corner, right there in the left corner. See him? He was there. Back then, they were just having a good time, but then the iOS, the society updates, and then people go, this is interesting. What is this about? Right? So I think Beyonce is on that stage. We just played earlier in the live stream that Diddy, I showed you guys the article that Diddy is a fundraiser. He was a fundraiser for Kamala Harris's presidential campaign. It's imperative that for Diddy, his own freedom, but also for some of these celebrities that was around him, that Kamala gets in office so some of this stuff could be buried. I mean, and it's not that Jay-Z is doing anything right now. I don't know if he is or isn't. But this stuff is retroactive stuff, man. Look, this is the all-white party. That's Jay on the left. This is one of the all-white parties. Like, so when you see some of this stuff, it's not because go look at the video. Beyonce didn't want to be on that stage. She gotta be. I gotta protect my family. That's what she doing. You know, for better or worse, that's what it is, you know. America is crazy. As a man or woman of God, shouldn't your beliefs come first? I feel a lot of Trump's policy align more with Christians. Yeah, I think a lot of his policies align with Christian values. And for me, my opinion is, as a man of God, my policies always align with what comes first in the Bible. So that's just how I look at it. First, then second, after I'm already through that screen door. When I walk into the house is what's going to affect my personal family, my wife, my children, me, my wife, and my children. So yeah, I agree. I think if you're a Christian, not just saying I'm a Christian, but if you're living your life through that, if you a friend of the Holy Spirit, if you understand your relationship and have a relationship, then yeah, you should go that way. That's my opinion. I'm not one of them people that gets leans to a side politically as far as Republican or Democrat, but I 100% lean to a side when it comes to Jesus Christ. You're not going to get me to lean up any other way. I've been to the room of the Last Supper. I got baptized where Jesus was baptized in the Jordan River. I've seen the tomb, the empty tomb of Jesus with my own eyes. I went to the country where it happened. I've seen this stuff. I've seen how he's reverenced by the people that live there. It's not just a book for me. So my faith is very strong. It's more than faith. I can't even explain it. Let me see where we at in the poll. I see we got about 600 people almost voted in the poll that they're voting either Kamala Harris or Trump, who they're voting for today. And out of 600 people, 70% are saying Trump. What cities are you guys from right now? Where are you guys voting from? You know, where are you guys voting from? Man, I trade all y'all for Nip. I can't be proud of you niggas. F Donald Trump. Bro, vote based on your beliefs. Nip had his beliefs when he was here. I might have believed the same thing when Nip was saying it. I don't know what Nip would say now. Nip been gone for 6 years, 5 years. God rest his soul. But I don't live my life through a rapper as much as I love Nipsey. I'm a grown man. I'm 30 years old, homie. I don't live my life through Nipsey's ideologies based on the information he had up until the time he made those statements. Because YG has even come out and said that he's voting for Trump. And YG is half of that F Donald Trump song. So we don't know what Nipsey would say right now. You're living in the past, bro. And you're also, and I'm not saying to go vote for Trump. I don't care who you vote for. That's your business. But I'm saying don't pick who you're voting for based on what Nipsey said 6 years ago in a song. And Nipsey wouldn't trade anybody for you, while you would trade everybody for Nip. Nipsey wouldn't trade anybody around him for you. No disrespect to you, but that's a fact, bro. We gotta be more mature when we talk and we make comments. And I'm just using your comment as a teachable moment. I respect you and I love you, bro. But come on. We got to grow up in the Black community. We're not kids. We got kids. We got to be responsible for that. So align your policies and who you vote for with who you align with or what your beliefs are and what you feel is right at the moment, because God's will is going to be done regardless. But trading everybody for Nip, come on, bro. We got to stop talking like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm from the hood. Like, I get it. I understand the information level is low where we come from. We don't have a lot of it. And we're trying to figure it out. That's why I'm here to give it to you as much as I can. But we got to stop that. We got to stop this. And I'm going to use this comment as a teachable moment. Stop thinking like this. If Nipsey came back from the grave, God rest his soul, right now, and told me to vote for Kamala Harris or vote for Donald Trump, it plays no factor or no role. It's not going to add anything to my thought process of who I'm going to vote for. Nipsey's ideology is none of my business. And I don't expect anything that I think to play a factor on who he's going to vote for. He is a man. Great man. One of my favorite people ever. But he's still just a man. So we got to stop talking and thinking like this and verbally saying out loud our thoughts that are like this in our community. Because it's just not necessary, bro. And it don't really, it lends to a lack of maturity. I think you probably a smart dude. I think, you saying something out of feelings, and you love Nipsey and I love Nipsey. But let's not talk like this publicly, because we're not going to shame people because they don't want to do what Nip said, or because Nip said this 6 years ago. That's no different than the person that feel like that's 45 years old, but worship Tupac's image. Like, no, thug life. Tupac was 25 years old when he died, 26 years old when he died. I'm 30. Me and Tupac actually, I'm born the day after Tupac. Salute Tupac. He was a kid relatively. He was young when he was saying a lot of that stuff. It's no different. Nip was 33 when he passed. God rest his soul. His information was limited to a 33-year-old, a successful 33-year-old, but we don't know who he would have voted for. It's been 6 years. Nipsey would have been about what, 30, 38, 39, maybe 38 years old. We don't know what he would have been thinking when he was 38 years old and his kids are 10 and 12 and 15 years old and he sees how the country is going. Like, come on, bro. We got to stop talking like that. We better than that. We are worth more. And I'm talking straight to our community, our Black community. We are worth more than somebody being able to shimmy, dance, perform. And I'm not talking about Nip at this point. We're worth more than somebody being able to do those things or go to a church and all this foolishness to get our vote, or somebody being able to get on here, flash money, do a money fan or a money line on my arm or a money phone and say, or rap a song or whatever you want to say, anything. We're above people being able to do that to get our votes or to get us to align with them. No, we're better than that. Said George Washington warned about a two-party system. He was definitely onto something, but regardless, Jesus is king. It's in his hands ultimately. Amen. I agree with that. Two-party systems is dangerous. I mean, but this is where we are. We got to deal with what we got until it changes. I agree with that 100%. I see Baltimore in the building, Dallas, Houston, Boston, Chicago, Cali. Let's see where we at with the votes. Almost 700 votes. 70% still 70% Trump, 30% Kamala in the chat. I see you guys. So most people saying 7 out of 10 people are voting for Trump. That's a lot. So it should be a landslide if everybody went out and voted, huh? Should be a landslide. That's crazy. I thought it would be a much closer poll than what you guys are saying, but it seems like a lot of people are voting for Trump. I think it's just because it's hard to convince people that they're not doing bad or that they can't be doing better. That's the part that Kamala is fighting against because she's already in office as the vice president. So she's really fighting against what's going on in the country right now, and she can't say that she had nothing to do with it because you were in office. And I think that's a really tough fight for her. And that's probably why a lot of people are like, no, I'd rather deal with Trump because at least we know who he is. We don't really know. We know we're going to get something or it seems like it'll continue to be exactly what it is right now if I vote for Trump. But I agree with this comment that said Jesus is king, ultimately is in God's hands. I agree 100%. 100%. Let's see what else is going on in the news today. Elon Musk is blasting J-Lo. J-Lo is obviously seen voting for Kamala. Nobody can make me vote. That's the one thing I really don't like about the Democratic Party this year or this election. You can't force me to vote for somebody or shame me into voting for anybody. You can't rap a song and make me vote for somebody. You can't tell me I'm not black if I don't vote for who you tell me to vote for and me feel like I'm not black. Bro, what? I employ people. I'm a success story from the prison system. I think I'm here because of what I think, not because of what you think. So you're not going to tell me what to think. And I don't like that about the Democrats this year. And like I said, I voted Democrat. I voted for Obama. That was the first person I ever voted for. I voted for Obama. I wasn't able to vote on the first one, but the second election I was. And I know a lot of black people say Obama didn't do nothing for black people, but I was in jail when Obama was in office. And I saw a lot of people go home early because of Obama being in office. So I saluted him for that, because he did get nonviolent offenders out of jail, weed charges and stuff like that. They were going home way before their sentences. I remember all the dudes in jail was like, fair kick, and they was going home. So I was happy for them. And then I do remember when people didn't have cell phones to get job interviews, and them Obama phones was clutch for certain people. Them free phones where now I could get a call back from a job. That mattered. And then the healthcare thing, obviously. But, you know, I just, the country is, since then, the country is, it's so much crazy stuff going on. Women that are being beaten up by transgender men in sports fights, and it's just so much. And I don't hate nobody. I love everybody, man. But some of this stuff is just like, come on, enough is enough. You're not going to tell me what a woman is. I know what a woman is, bro. I'm a grown man. But it's all up to everybody to get out and vote. I see 71%. Now it's climbing the votes. We got over 700 votes for who the people are voting for this election. As the poll in the chat, over 700 people voted, and 71% are saying Trump. 70%. That's crazy. Yesterday was Diddy's birthday. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. Let's see what they're talking about. Diddy turned 55 yesterday in jail. Let's see what they're talking about. This article's tripping. Pull this one up. It says Diddy celebrates 55th birthday in jail with a menu of breakfast cake and pasta. It's the worst food in the world when you be in jail, man. That's exactly what it be looking like. 2 pieces of bologna and some nasty cookies. So it's his birthday. He had the choice of marinara. They breaking down everything this man is eating while in jail. It's crazy. I hope that he's in there praying, repenting, getting ready to face the consequences of his actions. Because, you know, like I said, like my grandmother told me, we love the sinner, we hate the sin. We don't hate him. We hate the sin. We hate the things that he's been accused of or that he's done. And hopefully he repents and comes back to God. Somebody said Obama didn't do nothing for us. I disagree with that. I was in the hood when Obama was sending people home on Fed kicks. A Fed kick was a federal kick. If you had a nonviolent crime, I was actually in jail serving the sentence when I seen people going home from Obama's Fed kicks. We read about it in the newspaper, because the newspaper in jail come like 5 days late. They don't want you to know what's going on outside. So it came like 5 days late. We read it in the newspaper over chow. And I remember reading it like Obama sending nonviolent offenders home. I was not a nonviolent offender, so I knew I was not going home. I was a violent offender, which you guys probably can't see on me now. By the grace of God, I've turned my life around. But I was locked up with nonviolent offenders, and I did watch them go home. And a lot of them were minorities, black and brown. A lot of white too. There's more white people in jail than anything. But a lot of those were black and brown. And they were going home. So Obama did do that. I ain't gonna say he did nothing. He gave them Fed kicks for nonviolent offenders. Also, I remember being in the hood when people was complaining, like, bro, I got a job interview, and they can't call me back because I can't afford a cell phone. Because this was when cell phone bills was high. Y'all look at cell phones now like they're nothing. But back then, having a cell phone was having a bill. You had a bill. And Obama did look out and gave people free cell phones. And a lot of those people were able to get a call back from a job because of that. And then we know what Obamacare is. We all know what Obama did with healthcare, making it affordable, because the healthcare is ridiculous. So I would never say Obama did nothing, absolutely nothing for black people. That's cap. Somebody said if it wasn't for Obamacare, I couldn't have had my surgery. Facts. Obama did some stuff. He didn't do nothing. Y'all tripping. Now, he didn't do everything that we wanted him to do. I think black people look at it like, if it's not reparations, then you didn't do nothing for me. And it's like, bro, well, if that's the case, then y'all mad. Y'all, even when you give our people money, they're not happy sometimes. Like Trump gave 200, let me pull that up. Trump gave 280 million to HBCUs. And y'all still wasn't happy. Van Jones was on the news crying about how much Trump meant to pass the criminal justice reform, and y'all still wasn't happy. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all so you'll know I'm not lying. I'm gonna pull it on screen. Trump signed an executive order, $250 million a year per year. Look at this. Let me show y'all this. Y'all don't remember this? Let me put it on the big screen. Hold on. We're going to big screen this one. Trump signs bill restoring funding for black colleges. Y'all don't remember when Trump did that? Even when we get money, we don't be happy. President Donald Trump on Thursday signed a bipartisan bill that will permanently provide more than $250 million per year to the nation's historically black colleges and universities, HBCUs. So not only did he give black colleges, or did he give HBCUs money, he gave them $250 million every single year, and it's permanent, meaning no other president can come in and change it. Trump did that. In signing this bill, Trump said historically black schools have never had better champions in the White House. This is a quote from Trump. When I took office, I promised to fight for HBCUs, and my administration will continue to deliver. A few months ago, funding for HBCUs was in jeopardy. But the White House and Congress came together and reached a historic agreement. Hit the like button if you guys just got here, or if you've been here and you haven't hit the like button yet, please hit it. We bring real information here. Michael Lomax, president and CEO of the United Negro College Fund, thanked Donald Trump and thousands of advocates who lobbied Congress to support the bill. We enlisted more than 20,000 supporters to write and call their members of Congress. This is what Lomax said, the CEO of the United Negro College Fund. He said this activated an army of advocates that became a front line of support for HBCUs, and they won the battle for our institutions. Trump did that. Even when we get money, we're not happy. Now, I'm not saying that we should worship the man. He is still just a man. But give credit where credit is due. The man did do that. $250 million per year permanently. Permanently. No other president is going to be able to come in and change it, no matter how they feel. That matters. That matters. So when people say, you know what I'm saying, that Obama didn't do nothing for black people, I'll be like, even if he did what y'all wanted him to do, y'all wouldn't be happy. Even if Obama gave money, y'all still wouldn't be happy because y'all ain't happy when Trump gave money. Y'all want the money in your pocket, in your bank account. Just so we can do what we did during COVID. Go buy brunches and BS. Some people did go start some businesses. Salute to them. Says, so y'all are just good with Klansmen and Nazis showing up every time Donald J. Trump shows up. Never heard of brown shirts. Do you think that there's no racist people in the Democratic Party, bro? Do you think Joe Biden is not racist? No, we're not okay with it. We just assume that everybody, like, bro, if you're over, I assume if you're over 70 years old and white in this country, you have a lot of racism in your heart. Because I had an over 70-year-old grandfather, black man, and he had a lot of racism in his heart. It's just their generation. He hated white people. He did. So y'all are just okay with Klansmen and Nazis showing up? I don't care if a Klansman stand next to me, bro. He not going to touch me. He not going to do nothing. And if he do, we'll deal with it accordingly. But what I'm not going to do is make an emotional decision with my vote. Because this white guy, it goes back. This is why people hate religion. This is why people hate sports teams. You don't hate LeBron James. You hate LeBron James fans. You don't hate Eminem. You hate Eminem fans. You don't hate Donald Trump, bro. You hate Donald Trump fans. You don't hate the Dallas Cowboys. You hate Dallas Cowboys fans. You don't hate Jesus Christ. You hate Jesus Christ followers. And you act like it's because of the person, but really it's because you had a bad experience with the people that follow this person. A Nazi supports Trump, okay. That got to do with me. They might say on the other side of that, a black man supports Trump. I can't vote for him. You see how silly that sounds? It's silly, bro. We're better than that. How would you feel if they say, "Oh man, I can't vote for Kamala. Black people support her." What? You sound stupid if somebody says that. We gotta be smarter than our critical thinking is just like based on who likes me and who do I like, instead of what makes sense. And it's just like, I don't understand, man. I don't understand it. And sometimes I sit back and I'm like, yo, is people really thinking like this? Like, is this real? Am I tripping or is this real? You know what I'm saying? So says Trump also has Diddy connections. Trump is not taking money from Diddy, from what we see. We haven't, and I hate that y'all making me sound like I'm just super Trump guy. I don't care about neither one of these people. But I showed articles, I showed evidence that Kamala has said Diddy is one of her fundraisers. Kamala said Diddy raised money for her to have this presidential campaign, and she thanked him for it. I haven't seen Donald Trump thank Diddy. So what are you talking about? You got to come in with, like, you got to go watch the live stream so you can understand why we talking. We're not just on here giving emotional opinions and spewing emotional rants. I'm showing articles, bro. Showing videos of what these people are saying. Now, if you show me an article that Trump says Diddy is funding his campaign, I'll put it up on the screen right now. Put it in the chat. Put the link in the chat. I'll put it on the screen right now. I don't care about Donald Trump. God bless him. I don't care about him personally. He don't live with me. I'll put it on the screen just like I put hers on the screen. You know, put it on the screen. Show me the article where Donald Trump took fundraising for his campaign from Diddy. Said Obama and Trump freed the ones that Kamala locked up. Yeah, it's a good point. Biden too. Biden locked them up too. So did Bill Clinton. He locked them up too. Kamala, was just doing her job. But them policies was made by Bill Clinton, for real. But Obama and Trump did free a lot of that. Why is he saying Trump freed the ones? Because, well, I told you guys about Obama. Obama did Fed kicks, where he was getting people sent home on that had nonviolent offenses. If you had marijuana or if you had something silly, you got released home early. And I was in jail when that was happening. I watched it. Trump did sign into act. Let me show you guys. I showed you guys Trump gave $250 million per year to HBCUs permanently. Now, let me show you guys this. This is why my guy right here is saying Obama and Trump freed the ones Kamala locked up. Kamala obviously was a prosecutor before, sent a lot of people to jail. She was doing her job. I don't hold that against her necessarily. I just understand the people that stand the ideology of sending somebody to jail for marijuana offense. I understand why people are offended by that. Trump did reform. Everything you see Meek Mill running around talking about, Trump is the one that actually got that passed. Let me pull the article up and show you guys what I'm talking about. Trump did prison reform or criminal justice reform. So when people are like, oh, we need reform, Trump signed that bill. That's not my opinion. That's not my feelings. That's the fact. I don't care. Even if I hated Donald Trump, I don't hate Kamala, I don't hate Trump. I'm just pointing out facts. This is what they actually did. This is what they didn't do. The First Step Act. It ends mass incarceration in federal prisons. In 2018, Congress passed, and then President Donald Trump signed it into law, the bipartisan First Step Act, a sweeping criminal justice reform bill that is designed to promote rehabilitation, lower recidivism. Recidivism, I learned, I didn't know that word before. Recidivism was I think it's like the probability of reoffense, the probability of somebody that gets out reoffending and going back. Recidivism. And so Donald J. Trump signed into law in 2018 while he was president, the bipartisan First Step Act, a sweeping criminal justice reform bill that promotes the rehabilitation, lowers recidivism, and reduces excessive sentences in the federal prison system. So when the homie right here on the screen is saying Obama and Trump freed the ones Kamala locked up, that's what he's talking about. So if you was running weed across the state lines, getting your money or whatever you was doing, you know, you might have been affected by Trump signing this bill to get some sentencing reforms. It says the First Step Act includes a range of sentencing reforms, which made the Fair Sentencing Act of 2010 retroactive. So this First Step Act created earned time credits, increased good time credits. Earned time credits is what basically when you're fighting a case, they give you double time. So if I'm sitting in jail for a month and then I get sentenced to 2 months, then I come home because I served a month. They double my time. I have earned time that I've served. So you get out on time served. It increased earned time credits. It increased good time credits, or created earned time credits. It increased good time credits, meaning if I have good behavior, I go home early. It said it reduced certain mandatory minimum sentences. Mandatory minimum sentences. I'm a felon, so I know this stuff. Mandatory minimums is you rob somebody, you gotta do a minimum of 3 years. Mandatory. It lowered the mandatory minimums. So basically now instead of, well, okay, you made a mistake, instead of having to serve, because the judges are bound to laws. So a judge could see that you're not a bad person, you just made a bad mistake, but they still won't be able to do nothing because the mandatory minimum is 3 years on this crime. The mandatory minimum is 10 years on this crime or whatever it is. So they just got to send you to jail for 10 years and there's nothing they can really do. Their feelings don't have nothing to do with it. This allows those mandatory minimums to be reduced. Trump signed this bill. It said this also expanded the safety valve that allows persons with minor prior convictions to serve less time than previously mandated. So if you had a little crime, they can't hold it against you as bad. because of this bill. They can't be like, oh, well, you did something 20 years ago. You stole a candy bar 20 years ago, and now you're robbing somebody. So you're a career criminal. No, they can't do you like that no more. It said it also expands the opportunities for people in federal prisons to participate in rehab programs to support their success after release. I think that's extremely important. I see we got almost 900 votes on the poll. Who you guys voting for? 71% of people are saying Trump right now. 29% are saying Kamala. Interesting. So it says the bill that Donald Trump signed into law also expands opportunities for people in prison to participate in rehabilitative programming to support their success after release. I think that's super important because I've been locked up. I've been around these dudes. I've slept next to these dudes, shared cells with them. I understand exactly what's going on in the minds of these people. I was just these people. You become a better criminal typically when you go to jail for the longer you're there, the better criminal you become. Typically. Every now and again, you get a guy like me or like my pops. That's a success story of that system. That comes out, changes their life, and they're a success story of the prison system. It's not that often though. For every Will Evans, there's 10 not Will Evanses. So creating programs where people can go and like, bro, you don't have to be a criminal. You could do this to be successful. You could do that to be successful. That's important. The law aims to produce lower odds of recidivism. Recidivism, again, is the probability that you'll reoffend by incentivizing incarcerated individuals to engage in rigorous evidence-based rehabilitation, and education programming. So basically, they're incentivizing incarcerated individuals to engage in these programs. Basically, if you do this program, bro, your time will get lowered. All you got to do is you got to do this program. You got to complete it. Then we'll knock a year off your sentence. We'll knock 6 months off your sentence. We'll knock this time. You get what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing that Trump signed into law for why, and not that all black people are in jail, but in our communities, you can become a victim of the environment. I was a victim of the environment. I was always intelligent, but low opportunity and low understanding of how the real world works, because all my understanding came from the environment that I lived in. If you want money, you either got to take somebody's money, was how we was taught in the street, not by our parents, but in the street. You go outside, you go to school. This is how you taught. You either got to sell drugs, play a sport, or take it from somebody else. So putting these people in programs and giving them incentive to join the programs, because they still have to join, that helps. Hey, bro, if you do this, we'll lower your time. Okay. Then they go and they get information. They start learning things. They come home different. They come home like Wallow 267 instead of coming home and then going back. And give these people incentives to do that. We need the funding. So Trump did that. He signed that into law where they got that. It also says in exchange and based on a favorable assessment of risk to the community. So basically, if you do this program, and if you're not that much of a risk to the community, you may they may earn an opportunity for early release to community corrections. So halfway houses. You can get out early if everything lined up. It also says the DOJ reports promising results thus far. So this has been working. What Trump signed in has been working. The recidivism rate, the rate that people come back to jail and reoffend among people who have benefited from this law, is considerably lower than those who were released from prison without the benefit of the law. So basically, before Trump signed this into law, more people were coming back to jail reoffending. After he signed this into law, they went home and they did different. Says among nearly 30,000 individuals whose release has been expedited by the First Step Act, out of the 30,000 people who got out early because Trump signed this into law, nearly 9 in every 10 have never been rearrested or reincarcerated since. So 9 out of 10 people, what is it? That's 90%. Let's say out of 30,000 people, 90% is 27,000. So 27,000 out of the 30,000 have not been rearrested or reincarcerated. Rearrested. They haven't been accused of nothing, and they haven't come back to jail for nothing. It's crazy. that's a great thing that Trump did. How can y'all? I don't get why people are mad at Trump for doing, like, I'm not gonna say he didn't do nothing. Like, he did something. So when the homie right here is saying Obama and Trump freed the ones that Kamala locked up, he ain't lying. Nobody making that up. That's real stuff. That's real stats. And you can't get mad at stats, data, or facts, stats, and data. It says local politics affects us a lot more than the top ticket facts. Who you vote for, and let me show y'all something. Let me show you something. I'm gonna read your comment. Just give me a second. I just want to pull this up real quick. Let me pull this up real quick. And I want you guys to when I say this stuff, I'm speaking from the perspective of a community leader. I'm not just talking. I am a leader in my community. And I go outside. I did march with my people. Actually led a march. I led a march of 6,000 people. And I could prove it. I could show you guys. I was on the front page of LA Times. So when I'm talking from a place of education, not a place of what I think. Let me show y'all this. She said, local politics affects us a lot more than the top of the ticket strategy. Facts. Says, such as the Black Agenda on ADOS Advocacy Foundation website is what we can force our local politicians to enact in our states. Facts. I go down to city council. I just got a library built because I have a lot of followers. So I have probably total 1 million followers. I have other YouTube channels, and I have probably 500,000 followers on social media. And I'm pretty well known in where I'm from. So I use that to get things passed. Because a lot of times the local politicians, they want your endorsement. They want my endorsement. I don't endorse no politicians, but I'll go out there. If you're doing something right, or if you're trying to get something done for the community where I'm from, I'll show up, and I'll make sure that I can do everything I can to get it passed. Voting for who you voting to, your city council, the mayor, it matters. Because when I go to these city council meetings and they're trying to get things voted for, it's somebody up there that's not thinking about the community. That they're thinking about, I hate this person sitting next to me, and I don't like that this person is the mayor, or I don't like that this person is even on the council, is even on city council. And they're not thinking no deeper than that. And so it's important for us to go and vote for city council members and and just, do you even know who the treasurer of your city is? Who's controlling the money in your city? Who's controlling the budget? Stuff like that. Like, that stuff matters. I'm trying to find, so you guys don't think I'm just in here lying. You guys know how I am. I come with facts. If I say something, I'm gonna show you guys the evidence of it. So you guys don't think I'm just talking. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So I agree with that. I agree with that comment 100%, Tiana. If you're not a member of the channel, become a member of the channel. You can go to my channel tab or my YouTube channel and go to the member tab and get a membership with the channel. And we got a bunch of perks. It's like 20 perks over there that you get when you become a member. I try to give as much possible value as I can. You guys can go over there and check that out and see which membership you like to join. But I think it will be a benefit to everybody listening and watching. If you were listening and watching at this point, it'll be a benefit for you to become a member of the channel. I think you will love the perks. We do members only live streams. Gonna start doing call-ins where people can call in the show if you're a member. And you'll have a link where you can get on the Zoom, get on the stream with me. And different things like that. So let me see. I don't want to waste too much more time trying to find this, but there, right when I say I wasn't gonna waste no more time. Check this out. I found it.
three speakers are William Evans.
Look at this. I speak for.
The next three speakers.
I'm not just talking. We live this. When I come on here and I talk to you guys about stuff, I get out there and do it too. Now, let me see. I'm gonna make sure the volume is up. This is important. Go vote. I'm from Moreno Valley, California, Inland Empire, California.
Speakers are William Evans.
Good evening. I speak for the youth from Moreno Valley. I'm from Moreno Valley. I'm somebody that comes from this community that was able to make a success of myself. I just would hope that everybody that's in power or in control of a decision like this would put the youth and their future ahead of whatever financial budget needs to be made. Because when you do invest in the youth, you do come back and invest in the city. And when you invest in those kids and you get them excited about being from here, and then you get them something to be proud about when it comes from being from here, they come back and they invest in the community. So whatever money is spent can be made up in that way. If you look at it that way, you have to stand behind the youth. That's the future of the city. I think that's the future of the community. And when they get to a certain age, they're going to remember those things just like I do.
So I think we have to think about that it's more than just how much it's going to cost.
I think I agree with pretty much everything that has been said as far as the benefits and, you know, how this would help the community, in particular our youth. And I definitely 100% agree with, you know, making this investment. And I agree that in the future that the city of Moreno Valley have, we'll call it a grand central libraries. Please vote.
Approved.
And that passes unanimously with 5 yeses.
Approved.
Three speakers.
So get out there in your community and do something. When I say that, when I tell you guys that I'm a leader in my community, it's not and like I said, traditionally I voted Democrat. Anytime it's time to show up for my people, I show up. I'm front line. So when I speak about something, I speak about it from that perspective. I'm gonna show you guys again. Let me show y'all this. This is the Los Angeles Times, as big as it's like the New York Times, but for the West Coast. This is when it was time to march. Like I said, in my area, I get out there and I make sure that I'm frontline. Y'all see that, right? LA Times. Let me put it on let me make it big. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that? Get out there and live it. I'm not just on the internet talking. So if I say I'm not voting for Kamala or I'm not voting for Trump, it's from a place of education. I'm talking because I do this. Not just because of what I think. And when I say I'm not buying it, Kamala can't sell it to me cheap. You got to give me more than what they've given me. I'm not buying it. I need more. It is what it is. I don't lean one way or another. It is what it is. Local politics affects us. I agree. Said there's a documentary called This Is Treason. It's a must watch. In regards to this election, my first vote was Obama, 32 years old from Brooklyn, use critical thinking. Yeah, a lot of Democrats is coming to the former people that, I'm not even gonna call us Democrat, but former people that have voted Democrat is coming to the understanding that maybe that wasn't, or maybe that's not the best choice moving forward. I'm not gonna say it wasn't. Let's talk about today. Maybe there's a better choice today. I agree. Still for telling us that Doc said people are so emotional this election, ending long-term relationships over any election is nasty work. I agree. 100%. People need to get right with God, and it won't matter who's in office. 100%. God is still, when we wake up tomorrow, God is still going to be good. When we wake up tomorrow, God is still going to be in control. I agree 100% with that. I don't think that whoever gets elected, and I see what we got, over 1,000 votes in the audience, in the poll, in the chat, almost 1,100, and 70%, 69% of people are saying Trump. I think that's the biggest detriment of how our community votes. I think it's just, why is there so much feelings involved? This is not about emotions. This is not about what celebrity we like, or whose album we buy, or who we go pay tickets to see perform. I will look, I love Jay-Z's music, but if he do something wrong, I'm gonna say something about it because I have a platform, and that's what we do over here. I don't care. It's not like I love 50 Cent. If he do something wrong, and you guys can go check the history, I'm gonna say something about it. Our people are too emotional. People are so emotional in general, not just our people. I agree with you 100%, Brandy. People are emotional. They got to get out their feelings. Got to get out their feelings. We making decisions based on how we feel better than what's right. Like I said, you guys, channel memberships are up. Make sure you become a member of the channel. It's only $3 a month. That's 10 cents a day. $3 a month. You guys can see the perks that you get when you become a member of the channel. I want to pull up to some of these cities that you guys are at and just, talk to you guys in person. I just want to go through the streets. I'm gonna go through the streets with a microphone and just talk to you guys about whatever the topic of the week is. And we're gonna see how people feel about this stuff, because I think a lot of people don't get the opportunity to voice their opinion. And that's why I love coming on the live stream and letting you guys, let me know how you feel. So what is the demographic makeup of this poll by gender? I don't know. Why does that matter, bro? Why does that matter? I can tell you the demographics of my audience. We're 51% male, 49% female. And you see, you can kind of see that when we put the super chats, and you can see it in the chat, female. We got females that female, so it's 49. I look at my analytics a lot. 49% women watch my channel, 51% men. So it's pretty down the middle. And then age group, it's like it's pretty split too. It's like 18 to 24 is actually my lowest, like 8%. And then it's like 15 or 20%, 24 to 35. And then it's like a 20%, 35 to 45. And it's like 20, 20, 20, 20. Like it's pretty split. So it's all ages in here, and it's all genders. What does that matter though? I think it's crazy. If most people are raised, if you're raised conservatively, you're taught that people that are raised liberally are just dumb. And then if you're raised liberally, you're taught that people that are raised conservatively are just evil and mean. I don't think it's like that. From the information that I've gathered, it's not really like that. Said people are too concerned with appearing right that they forget to act in a way that is right. Man, I gotta say that again. That is so true. Thank you for this comment. This adds so much value. Said people are too concerned with appearing right that they forget to act in a way that is right. Facts. But it never ages well. When you treat people bad, it never ages well. When you do certain things that don't really age well. When you treat people right and you do right, and when you do what is right, like you said, instead of doing what you think is going to look right, it ages a lot better. But this is so true. A lot of people, they just want to be on the right side of history. Like, oh, okay, Kamala's a woman. If she gets in office, then I want to say that I was right. If she gets in office, that doesn't mean you was right. And if Trump gets in office, do what is right. I agree with you 100%. That's so powerful. And I like what Brandy said too. Brandy says people are so emotional this election, ending long-term relationships over an election. Facts. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm not going to insult anybody because you say you voted for Kamala or because you said you voted for Trump. I'm not going to insult you for that. I'm not going to be like, you're this or you're that. Come on, man. Not doing that. This is probably one of my most fun live streams of the year. I love hearing from you guys. I can't wait to we do those live streams and we let you guys call in. The next live stream, I'm gonna have it set up where if you're a member of the channel, you get to call in and you can become a member for 10 cents a day or $3 a month. You pay $3 a month, you can become a member of the channel. And we'll have those live streams where people can actually call in and we'll put you on the mic. You don't even have to be on camera. We'll just put your audio on, let you talk and say what you want to say. I feel like even with the trolls, I can handle it. I would love to get people on here. I think 1,000 votes is a fair assessment of how people feel. We got 1,060, a little over 1,060 votes. I think that's a fair assessment. People feel like Trump is going to win. 69% of people are voting for Trump, they say. 31% is voting for Kamala. Whoever you vote for, man, just remember that Christ is king. Just remember that God is in control of all things and that your priorities are your priorities. And if your priorities align with a particular candidate, then that's fine. But make sure that you're making your decisions based on evidence, facts. And if you got to make an opinion-based decision, do it with the most in the most educated way possible. Base your opinion on the education that you've done. Don't base it on the celebrity that got on stage. Don't base it on how you were raised necessarily either. None of these candidates is coming to save you. And you got to be comfortable with that information first before you could pick. It is election day. I hope that you guys get out and vote. You know, a lot of our family members, if you from our community, my community, a lot of our family members died and suffered for the right to vote. So do it. I love somebody said I'm voting for my family members who cannot vote. I agree. Good for you. When I voted, it's not just my vote. It's my immigrant relatives' vote. That's who I thought of. It's not just me. Good for you. Good for you. I'm glad you have a baseline decision on how you vote. Good for you. That's great. That's great to hear. You standing up for your family that can't vote. I respect that. Vote based on who your household is and how it's going to affect, how the policies are going to affect your house. But don't, as long as you're not voting because of who they told you to vote for. No, vote based on what's going to be best for them, not what they told you or who they told you to vote for. Because I think when you're young, your parents can say, vote for this person, or your uncles can say, or your cousins can say, you know, vote for this person. And it's still your vote. But if you're making that decision based on the loved ones that you have and what's going to be best for them, God bless you. More power to you. That's what I'm doing. I'm basing my decision on what's going to be best for my wife and kids. That's what I remember people used to get mad at Lil Wayne because somebody said, I'm unsubscribing. Bro, how about I ban you and you're not allowed to see anything? You don't matter, bro. You don't matter. I'm unsubscribing. Bro, I'll ban you. I'll make you unsubscribe. You don't matter. Stop thinking you're that. I think that's the biggest problem we have with our society is we think we're important. I know that Will Evans is not important. I may be important to my children, to my wife, to my mother, my father, and my siblings. Other than that, I'm not that important. I don't care if I do 500,000 views on a video or whatever. If I could type a comment in a section. I'm not that important. And I think we have that problem in society. We think we're important. Ego. I'm going to take my subscriber. Your subscription don't matter, fam. God bless you, but you're not that important. Yeah, man. I think we got to vote based on what's going to be best for our people. What's best for your family? I respect that. Whatever you tell me, whether it's Harris or it's Trump, whatever you tell me, I'm going to respect it. That's what's best for you. God bless you. Like I think this was the comment of the night for me. People are too concerned with appearing right that they forget to act in a way that is right. I like that one. And it is an emotional election for people. I don't know why. But a lot of people do have that feeling that they got to be in their feelings. So we'll find out why. Let me see. I got to pull the poll back up. I want to see a final poll count before we end it. If you want to become a member of the channel, all you got to do is go to my channel, click on my name under this video, go to the channel, go to the membership tab. There's tabs on the channel. It's going to say videos, community, different things like that. Go to the membership channel or the membership tab. And all you got to do is scroll down, pay $3, and that covers you for the whole month. So I do live streams almost daily. I'll take callers. You can call in. And we're going to take Zoom calls where you can Zoom and get on screen with me, some people. And if you're a subscriber, you'll be able to have that perk. Also, we're going to be doing a lot of different other things like pulling up to the cities. I'll be on the street with a microphone, doing those live streams from the street in different cities. You'll be able to pick the city that I come to. Also, when we do big interviews, like I interview big guests on my other channel, on one of my other channel, we'll be doing those events live in person. So if you have the right membership, you'll be able to come to those events for free if we're in your area. And you'll get different information. There's about 20 perks that you'll get if you become a member of the channel. So you could go over there, become a member for $3 a month, 10 cents a day. I tried to keep it affordable for everybody. And that's how you do it. In the chat, I see that the poll is at over 1,100 votes, 70% or 69%, excuse me, of people are saying Trump, 31% are saying Kamala. We'll see how it plays out, man. We'll see how it plays out. I think this is going to be an interesting election. Somebody said my relatives died for being indigenous. America's a republic. Okay. I'm actually my grandmother. I wish I could show y'all her picture. My great grandmother, my grandmother's grandmother. My great grandmother is indigenous. Probably can see it in some of my facial features. Her name was Ola, Olaa, Ola, Grandma Ola. She was indigenous, Native American, and she was actually Blackfoot. And then my grandfather, whom she had my great grandmother with, he was a rice slave in South Carolina. Anyways, man, I think I'm gonna call it a day on the live stream. I might jump back on later on today. God bless you guys. I'm gonna close this out with a prayer. See, somebody said they're Navajo and Mexican. Yeah. Salute, man. Salute to everybody that's using their opportunity to vote wisely. Make your decision out of your own personal research, not anybody else's opinion. And let's close this thing out, man. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you, God, so grateful for this platform and this opportunity to fellowship and community with each other. God, we are humble knowing that you give us the breath in our bodies and the ability in our limbs, God, and the ability of our minds to think. God, we know that it's hard for some people to think, but we ask that you touch their spirits, touch their minds, God, and reveal yourself to them in a way that only you can, that they know is truly from you, God. If they're not close to you, God, and they're looking at this live stream and they want to be close to you and they want to understand why we have faith the way we have faith and why we're strong in our faith as we are, God, I ask that you reveal it to them. I ask that you cover them with your mercy and your grace, God, and teach them in the only a way that you can. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. I love you guys. I'll see you guys on the next live stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for free if you want to subscribe. And if you're not subscribed, or if you are subscribed, excuse me, and you want to become a member of the channel for 10 cents a day, $3 a month, and get all the perks, go to the membership tab on my channel. Look at the perks. See if it's something you want. If you want it, subscribe. If you don't. Just come back on the next live stream. Hit the like button for me on your way out. I love you guys, man. I'll see you guys next time. Urban Legend with Evans. I'm out of here, man. Love.